angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so beyond grateful that you are here, and I really and truly do hope that you are having an absolutely incredible morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Today's video is one that I am so excited to get into with you guys. This is a theory that I've talked a lot about in my personal life, and it's one that every time I revisit it or I even just think about it too deeply, it sends me down a rabbit hole of so many thoughts and different experiences and really further questioning what exactly it means to be human. When it comes to our experience here on Earth and the overall human experience, there are so many theories that you could explore as to where our existence comes from or what it truly means to exist here on planet Earth. Beyond that, what it truly means to be on Earth in the solar system, which we've been taught about our entire lives. And today's theory is one that dives deeper into the idea that we may not truly know what lies beyond Earth and the day-to-day experiences that we have and what is truly happening around us. I got a comment recently asking if I would discuss this, and because it's a theory I love to explore, today that's exactly what we're going to do. So make sure to sit back, relax, and have an open mind as we dive deeper into the fishbowl theory or the fish tank theory and the concept that there is so much more than we could ever truly comprehend, and whether or not it is something that we actually want to learn. I do just want to note before continuing on with today's video that I am uploading a new video every single day for the month of October. So if you do enjoy my content, or maybe you're not yet subscribed to my videos but you want to see more of me, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, or at the very least check in every single day because there will be a new video for your enjoyment, and we are just getting started. But let's truly get into today's video. What if everything that you know and perceive to be reality is nothing more than a glass wall of your own prison? What if you suddenly discovered that we're not where we thought we were and the world is not at all as we've been told? That everything outside your window, the sky, the stars, the horizon, is not at all as it seems. In fact, all these things may not even be real. Imagine that we are actually inside of something, that we're being contained, controlled, and furthermore, watched. I want you to really imagine that that's the reality of our circumstances. Because that right there is the start of today's disturbing and mind-bending theory, better known as the fishbowl theory. The fishbowl theory is a metaphorical concept used in various fields such as psychology, communication, education, sociology, and leadership. It's used to describe situations where individuals or groups are under constant observation, scrutiny, or pressure due to being in a visible or central position. The name itself paints the concept perfectly. Imagine that you're within a clear fishbowl. Everyone or everything from outside the bowl can see the fish from all sides. The fish, however, cannot escape the gaze or hide. Now, should the fish be aware of this, we may start to see things like lack of privacy, constant observation, pressure to behave in a certain way, or even an awareness of being watched. Now, in modern society, there are cases where this theory applies without any sort of conspiracy attached to it. Now, ultimately, somebody in the public eye may feel the fishbowl theory metaphorically applies to their lives. I mean, especially with the world of social media, they may feel as though they live within their own fishbowl. Their actions are scrutinized, their mistakes are amplified, and they're expected to model ideal behavior. But this theory goes beyond any sort of social media or celebrities. This theory affects all of us, and if proven true, well, it would change absolutely everything? What if there was no true awareness of being watched, or who or what was watching? And what if we're being shown and fed something that is simply an illusion? Let's really take a moment here and think about a goldfish. Now, let's say I take a fish and I place it intentionally inside of the bowl that I've created for it. The fish would likely believe this all existed since the dawn of time without considering or understanding that I personally carefully chose each item and the world it would now live the rest of its time within. I set my intentions, I set up the world, and now I watch this fish exist inside the world that I personally made for it. The fish swims in circles, trapped inside this glass bowl, perhaps not even realizing it's in fact trapped. It sees the world distorted, curved by the water and the glass. It thinks that small, confined space is the world. And that's all the fish will likely ever know. Now, should I decide to paint the walls of the bowl or even change the room that the bowl sits within, the fish would now accept that as its environment. Imagine that the fish had the consciousness to comprehend its surroundings or what it's being shown outside of the glass. If I painted any picture of my choosing around the glass reflected into them, the fish would therefore believe, unless it had otherwise seen me doing it, that that was the environment which it was placed in. That would be their sky, so to speak, or the world surrounding them, their solar system. But it's all just crafted and created by me and placed in any surrounding room that they may have no idea of, if you're understanding what I'm saying. So ask yourself this, as crazy as it sounds. What if I'm the fish? What if we, in essence, are all the fish? The fishbowl theory suggests that we, as a human race, are living inside this massive, controlled, enclosed environment, much like a fishbowl. And the twist for us is that we don't even realize it. At least those outside of believers of this theory don't. Because everything from the sky above to the stars at night and even distant mountains are said to be all part of the illusion. Just the inner surface of the bowl, projected, artificial, and ultimately false. This theory does branch off from theories such as flat earth or the simulation hypothesis and even ancient religious texts, but it goes even deeper than that. Because for us, it's not just about these physical boundaries. It's more about the mental ones, everything we've been told and taught to believe. It combines aspects of all of these theories and yet ties them in to a much bigger and ultimately even more terrifying theory. Now, at this point, I'm sure we've all heard about the flat earth theory, the theory that suggests that the earth is not a spherical planet as established by modern science, but instead is flat, like a disc or a plane. Now, when we combine this with the simulation hypothesis, it gets pretty interesting. That's the idea that the reality as we know it, including the earth, the universe, and everything in it, is actually an artificial simulation, believed to be like a computer simulation, perhaps created by a more advanced civilization, making us basically part of a simulated environment, like an extremely advanced version of a video game. Now, some theorists do suggest that religion fits into the fishbowl theory in a sense. Religion does lean on belief of God, and millions of people across the planet believe in religion and the belief of a higher power or an all-knowing creator. Could the fish I put in the bowl begin to perceive me, my voice, and all I do for the tank as perhaps a higher power to them? If I cover the walls of the tank, I personally can still observe from above. I can still feed them, I can still call out to them, and ultimately I can still talk to them. And yet, without seeing me or any substantial proof of life beyond the tank walls, my existence really isn't any less real than the world that they can perceive. The fishbowl theory suggests that we are within our own fishbowl in a world created for us, that perhaps the sky as we see and know it is just in fact what we're being shown. And while there is absolutely no solid proof pointing to this theory yet, there are certain things that happen that lead many to believe perhaps there actually is. Have you ever seen a cloud just freeze? Or let's say watched a plane that seemed to hover motionless in the sky? Have you ever noticed how the stars never really change, and how despite having sent man to the moon, we personally have only seen a small part of our universe, even with all of our telescopes? People who believe the fishbowl theory believe that all these things could indicate a glitch in the simulation. Perhaps these glitches are actually errors in the projection system, that the bowl, the dome, the enclosure, and whatever it is could be malfunctioning sometimes, and just for a second, we actually see it. But in order to believe the theory, we therefore have to begin to question who and what exactly is watching us. Is it God, as religion suggests, or could it be something different? Now, many people believe the world as we know it was created by God above, but others believe perhaps this could be due to extraterrestrials, that we're actually part of a cosmic experiment or maybe even a test. Others think it even could be our own government or something above our government. But why? And even some people begin to question, could they be shielding us from something out there? Or are they truly keeping us in? Either way, if this theory were to be true, we're not free in the way that we believe we are, and we certainly don't understand our world and the universe surrounding it. The fishbowl theory leaves you with a choice. Would you try to understand, accept, and then break the glass? Or do you accept the bowl as your world? Many people begin to wonder, what if the outside is worse? Or like some say, maybe the truth is too much for us to handle. What would happen if we shattered the illusion? Look around you. How much of your world do you really understand? How much have you seen? Or how much is that of which you've been told? You have to ask yourself whether you want to turn a blind eye or keep watching the surface. Because according to those who have experienced it, you never know when the illusion may crack. That is basically the fishbowl or the fish tank theory explained. The idea that much like a fish tank, our world is no different. We have been placed here and are living day to day, but perhaps are being observed. What do you think? Do you think that this theory is possible, or do you think it's just another kooky theory set out there to try to help us make sense of the human experience? Definitely let me know down in the comment section below. But that is basically the fishbowl or the fish tank theory. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my content, I would love it more than you would ever know if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Also, make sure to let me know down below any video requests that you have, because as I mentioned, I am uploading a new video every single day and I would love to create content that you would like to see. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until tomorrow, I love you. Bye, guys.